Y'all remember a few years ago when the Warlord system was abolished, there was a scene that had a lot of people hype. This came from chapter 956. Koby was talking to XDrake about how his mission is to go to the Kuja island and capture Hancock, and then Hancock said, hey, we were picked to be warlords because we're strong, standing on business, talking about how she is not going to be captured. You can look on YouTube, on Instagram, Twitter, honestly everywhere about how hyped people were about Koby versus Hancock, and they were hyped for this matchup for two reasons. One, we got to see Hancock again. She is a fan favorite within the community. We barely saw her fight when she did at Marineford. It was such a small sample size. And then number two, getting to see Koby, seeing whatever he's capable of, because we know that he's the hero of the Rocky Port incident, that he's a captain. This would be a true test to see how strong he is. The reason why this was such an interesting topic is because a lot of individuals were under the assumption that Koby was going to be able to capture Hancock, and that either Luffy or somebody else was going to have to free her from Impel Down. Personally, I didn't think that this was possible. However, Oda, is his story. He can write anything however the heck he wants to, so power scaling, it would be thrown out the window. Regardless of power scaling or just for the story, I didn't think it was possible because Hancock is not an important enough character for her capture to be that groundbreaking. The people that would have to be captured at this point in the series would have to be Garp, and I mean, we saw what happened with him at Hachinosu, Sabo, or Dragon because of their influence with the Marines and the Revolutionaries and their relationship to Luffy. But Hancock, she'd already been captured, already been a slave before, so I don't think Oda would have written it to where she would be captured again. The reason I'm making this video is because what happened in episode 1087. I did a reaction to it and I'll leave it in the description. If you guys enjoy regular anime content, make sure you guys like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you guys never miss out whenever I upload a new video. But the reason why I am talking about this episode, because it is the one that adapted the incident between Hancock and Koby. I love reading the manga and also watching the anime version as well, because sometimes it helps me understand exactly what Oda was trying to portray in the manga, and I believe the episode did just that. Now, some of y'all might get mad because it isn't one-to-one with the manga, but I'd argue that whenever the anime takes liberties and expands on something, that it makes it better. In my opinion, I think that this episode debunked anything that could have proven that Koby was enough to be able to capture Hancock, and I'll say that with an asterisk, and I'll explain that as the video goes on. If you look back at a lot of the videos that I've made, I'm not the biggest Koby fan. I don't love him, I don't hate him, I'm very indifferent about his character, but I give credit when credit's due. Before the Hachinosu incident, I wouldn't have thought Koby was all that strong, but he proved how strong he is, how much time and effort he puts into his training, constantly giving 110%, using battle bags as punching bags. Heck, he even destroyed Pizarro's hand with an honesty impact, which I'd argue was a feat, something like Zoro did to Pika in Dressrosa. And Helmeppo, he called Pizarro's arm a mountain of an arm, which means Koby is definitely not weak. He can use some of the Rokushiki techniques. He has incredible destructive power. He's a dog. I gotta give credit when credit's due. But even dogs can get taken down by bigger dogs, and Koby, he was not ready to take on Hancock because she's just that strong. People have to realize her bounty is around 1.6 billion for a reason, and I'm not saying that she's stronger than these individuals, but at the same time, that would make her bounty higher than Zoro, King, Marco, and Luffy after Whole Cake Island. Blackbeard in this episode made me realize that Hancock might have Yonko's strength potential, and the reason why I'm saying this, because I know a lot of people might think I'm crazy, is because she has all three types of hockey, and we don't know if she has any of them that are advanced or not. More likely than not, depending on her role towards the final war or the end game of the series, Hancock will have at least one version of Haki that is advanced, with the potential to have all three of them become advanced. Plus, on top of her devil fruit being paired with her beauty, it makes it one of the most broken in the series. I was making a video about Boney's devil fruit, which it'll go up on Friday, but in that video I highlighted a little bit of some of the broken devil fruits in the series, and people need to realize that strength in One Piece is hard to scale because it's not something that's one-to-one. Blackbeard, he said it himself that it'd be hard to defeat her, and that the best way to do so is to catch her when her guard's down, or else she'll turn you into stone. And it's not just some no names that she did it to a vice admiral, she did it to Katarina Devon, Vasco Shot, and Helmeppo like it was nothing. Heck, even Blackbeard, when he held her by the throat, was not gonna let go because he believed that he would be turned into stone by her. Realistically, you could make the argument that Hancock could potentially turn people who we believe to be the pinnacle of strength in One Piece into stone. I'm talking people like Whitebeard, Roger, Kaido, Shanks. Now, I'm not saying that she would have beaten Blackbeard if they were in a one-on-one situation if he didn't sneak her, or that she beats any of the people that I listed, but I wanted to highlight that strength in One Piece, we need to consider there's a lot of other variables instead of just a 1v1 fight. For the most part, I say that the anime and manga in regards to this scene was the same. I do like what they did in the anime by showcasing how Blackbeard ended up having Hancock by the throat. This is because she was going to attack Koby, and then he used the Yami Yami no Mi, his devil fruit, in order to grab her. I like this because I don't think it makes anyone look bad. We know how Blackbeard, he always is a man who likes to take advantage or use opportunities that he seems or deems favorable. I think that he did that perfectly, and at the same time it allowed Hancock not to look like she just got low diff because she was occupied with Koby. She's still strong, Blackbeard's still strong. We can all probably agree that she would even lose to him even if he didn't sneak up on her. It's a bad matchup for both of them because of his devil fruit can negate hers, and at the same time if she's able to get hers off, then he would be turned to stone, but Blackbeard just took advantage of the opportunity while Hancock was preoccupied. So do I think that Koby could have captured Boa Hancock? I think the answer is no. When she went to go and attack Koby, he stated himself that he couldn't dodge in time, and we have to realize, not including people who have future sight, but Koby has some of the best observation haki in the series. Heck, even with future sight, it doesn't necessarily mean that you can dodge somebody's attack where their speed transcends your future sight. During this siege, there are also some outsiders that we weren't expecting to be there, like the Seraphim, Blackbeard, and Rayleigh. So let's just say, for hypothetical reasons, that the Blackbeard pirates, they didn't intervene. Was Hancock still strong enough to take on the Seraphims and Koby at the same time, since she was the strongest one there? I think it's possible. We don't know the true extent on the Seraphim's strength. I mean, looking at Egghead, we saw that the Straw Hats, when push came to shove, they were able to defeat the Seraphim with relative ease. Rayleigh, he was always going to go to Kuja Island and assist Hancock. So Rayleigh, even in his old age, along with Hancock, I think they would have been enough in order to defeat Koby, the Seraphim, S-Hawk, and S-Snake. No matter what was going to happen, I firmly believe that Hancock was still going to be strong enough to be able to defeat Koby and not get captured. Let me know how you guys feel about this in the comment section below. How did you guys feel about this whole theory or the discussion about this when it originally happened in chapter 956, and how do you guys feel about it a few years later? Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you guys never miss out on a new video from me. Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok is on the screen and in the description below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and don't forget to unleash your potential.